Hello, I'm Meta Keijzer, and I work at the Delft University for Technology in the Netherlands. And to give you a small impression of our university, I'll try to start up a small video.
What I cannot create, I do not understand. We specifically want to have an understanding over the quantum world.
I enjoy the culture.
You get to interact with a lot of people.
It's complete freedom.
Professors push you to find inventive solutions.
It's really this working together to produce world-class research.
The amputees who tested it were really surprised how lightweight it is. It's my dream to help those people.
TU Delft is already one of the leading universities in online education worldwide.
Science doesn't know any boundaries.
Energy, health, living environment, infrastructure, mobility. Those are the topics this university is working on.
This is Home with the Skin, the most sustainable row house in the world.
In 20 years' time, there will be millions of houses like this.
To tell you a little bit more about the university's student numbers and the kind of faculties that we have. This is the oldest of the four technical universities in the Netherlands, and we were founded in 1842 by the Dutch King William II. And our first focus, which might be obvious since we are the Netherlands, was civil engineering to keep the water away from the country and gaining land from the water. We have at the moment 8 faculties on architecture, applied sciences, aerospace engineering, which is the only aerospace education in the Netherlands. We have mechanical, maritime and materials engineering, which is our largest faculty with about 1,000 freshmen this year. Technology policy and management, which is the latest faculty we have, but already, I think, about 15 to 18 years old. Then civil engineering and geosciences. We used to have a lot of mining companies, so geosciences is a very old trade too. But since it is diminished, it's joined together with the civil engineering department. We have an industrial design engineering faculty and electrical engineering, mathematics and computer sciences. And since 2014, we have the extension school that focuses on other sorts of education beside the campus education. In the graph, you see the development of the student numbers that we have. You see quite an increase in student numbers since 2005. The green bar is our bachelor students, and as you can see, the most we gain in students are master students coming from all over the world, which is caused for a part that we do a lot of online activities since 2005. These activities, as I say, on-campus education is our main goal still. We have excellent research facilities, very nice library. There's a lot of student activities and student life in Delft, and we have student projects. So you might have known about the solar race, which we won in South Africa this time again. But there are more student projects in which students are selected to really work on-edge research and developments. Our first activity online was following MIT in Massachusetts for the open courseware. So we have a lot of course materials that are free to use for other universities or other institutions. This meant a big exposure worldwide, and we really want to get into the slipstream of MIT. It has both bachelor and master level courses that are shown there. There's no interaction, it's just a website where you can see all of the materials that are used within the courses that we teach in Delft, and it has no accredited certificate that you can gain from it. So it's just material out there for institutions and teachers to use. Second is the massive open and online courses. This is a little bit different. It is still open, it's still free, but there is some interaction. And for Delft, we use the edX platform, so you can find our courses over there. There's massive numbers of students enrolling. Most of the times there's not as massive numbers of students actually completing the whole course, but in the end they do get a certificate of completion. And also these materials can be used within the campus education. So lately we are focusing on reuse of materials, either open courseware materials or MOOC materials to enrich the campus education. And latest, we have some online distance education courses. That is really a course that you can follow and gain credit for it. We are still working on programs to be able to get a full master degree online. There is an accredited certificate involved. All of these courses are on the master level, and it's a closed course, so anybody can enroll, but you have to pay for it, and then you can participate. Then the role of the Delft University in this project. We were asked in this project for our expertise on the two different topics. One was the promotion of STEM education in the Netherlands, since we had trouble into getting children, students, but also workers interested in working in the engineering field. And we think that it is the strong point of our country, and we should really stimulate our pupils to really make that choice. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the platform, beta and technique a bit later. And on the other hand, we are a leading university in the use of a digital testing system, MapleTA, for homework and exams, and I'll get back to that too. And our role in the project was mostly the review of the materials that are developed for the science part, and the distribution. Once it is released, those materials through the network of the platform Beta and Technique. And I should give you a little, I hope this one works, yes. In the Netherlands we have several universities or institutions that are very much into the stimulation of STEM courses and working in the engineering fields and the technical fields. This is a website about the area that I live in and where the Delft University is in. Together with Leiden University, we support teachers that come together and develop materials for their own courses. And as you can see, there are on different topics like biology, informatics, science, research and design, chemistry, technology, and mathematics. They are developing nice materials that are connected to the Dutch curriculum. I'll tell you a bit more about the platform. The goal is, as I said, to stimulate the choice for technology in schools, in studies, and in work. Partners in this project that started already over 10 years ago is the Ministry of Economics and the Ministry of Education in the Netherlands, industry, and a lot of that is local, so it could be smaller local businesses that are working in the technology field, but also multinationals like Shell or DSM. The university and colleges that are in the area, and the primary and secondary schools. I think within these networks, the teachers of secondary schools are mostly involved in the development of the materials together with lecturers or researchers at the universities. The people that develop that material are allowed to visit companies. They get invited to a lot of meetings that are really inspiring for them to develop new materials for their classes. And on a national level, all this is monitored by different research parties on the participation of women in STEM courses or in the technical fields. And how all of this is helping to get to the goals. So the highlights of last year is that we have a growing number of students, like almost 42,000 students choosing for a STEM study. There's a lot of gain of women choosing STEM courses within secondary school, which is a major achievement that used to be very low. And there are more and more vacancies for jobs within the field of IT. That is one of the fields in the technical part. Talking a little bit more about digital testing with MapleTA. Last year at Delft we had 32,000 digital exams using MapleTA, and this is still a growing number. We have a second server that works with the homework assignments, so that's over 150,000 students taking a test. And as you see, there's still, well, we are growing. We already started before 2012, but at some point you start to record all that. And the picture in this slide is one of our exam halls that are facilitated for 320 students at one time taking a digital test. And that is one of the largest exam halls in the Netherlands. 320. So, if you have any questions.
Thank you, Meta. Passiamo a Jan. La situazione in Olanda è abbastanza inconfrontabile con quella italiana per tanti motivi, compreso anche solo, giusto per parlare di numeri, in tutta l'Olanda ci sono 10-12 università. Da Venezia a Torino, facendo il percorso Venezia, Padova, Vicenza, Verona, Mantova, Brescia, Bergamo, Milano, è quello delle Ferrovie dello Stato, più o meno sono 65. Sono 65. Quindi questo già ci dà un'idea di un'impostazione che necessariamente poi deve avere anche risultati diversi, ovviamente fra quelle statali e quelle private.